You can hear this. You are not alone. This is the resistance.
Oh, hello. This is a Facebook Live video. It is for... I'm already messing this up. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. This is my first time doing anything like this. It's going to be for YouTube eventually, so I'm going to carry on as if it was for YouTube. And I'm just going to talk and stuff. And give me a moment while I set up. Hopefully we can have some sort of conversation. Like I said, sorry if I am a little messed up talking. I'm a little nervous. I haven't done this live thing before, so just give me a second and let me get set up. Maybe I can get it on my other unit here so I can see a chat. This video though, it's gonna be hello. I don't know how to say that. Wasif? Sorry if I mispronounced that. Hello, man. How are you? Here we go. Here's a good chat. Okay. So, like, these problems in this world we're having, and these problems with ourselves and with each other, they all stem from our different viewpoints, our different perceptions, our different ideas. And I can't blame anyone for thinking differently from me, and no one should blame anyone else for thinking differently from them, because we have experienced these things throughout our life, situations. We've experienced so many things, and these experiences has led us to believe the things we believe, and they have built these ideas within us. And when you get into a discussion with someone who has a different viewpoint, a different perception, you tend to defend that which you've built up, that which you've spent your whole life experiencing. And of course you will defend that, right? See, the trick is realizing, I guess, that those things that we've experienced, they may have built our perception, but they haven't built us. Like, they're not us. There's always room for more, and there's always room to there's always room just to more. How can we ever learn if we don't venture outside our own viewpoints and our perceptions? How can we understand each other? And I truly believe if we focus on understanding each other, then we can begin to improve this world. Perceptions, man, they're a crazy thing, because we all have these words. You know, we all use words, and each one of us hears a word and we automatically see a picture, we have a definition of it, an interpretation of that word. So when someone uses a word in a sentence that we already have a definition for, if that definition relates to something negative, a person will tend to not even hear what you have to say, because they're already focused on that negative part of it, what they feel is negative. For example, I could say God. I mean, how many people just got turned off? When I say God, I'm just saying just the universe, the source of consciousness, you know, whatever you want to call it. I think we have to learn that we may be using different words, but sometimes we actually are believing the same thing. And a good example of that actually is I work with a Japanese restaurant, and I work with a guy, and we went to his house for tokes after work, bone tokes. And he's an atheist, and my label is Christian, if you want to label whatever it is I believe. But we got to talking, and we got to talking about this exact thing, about these words, and multiverses, and time, and he got into how he believes in multiverses. I'm like, me too, dude, me too. And you see, the more we got past each other's differences, we got to see each other's similarities. And that's a beautiful thing, because here's two people with, different labeled beliefs that are conversing and in a positive way about things they disagree with as well. I mean, isn't that just the fucking answer? Like, if we could just do that. I don't know, just chill time. There's all these fucking strange concepts in this world, man. Let's just talk about some random shit. I'm pretty toked up right now, guys, on this spiritual herb. So, let's talk about just random shit. How about time? What's time to you? Is it TikToks? Is it linear? Is it circular? What's multi-dimensions? I mean, it's such a fucking crazy thing, man. I had this experience once where I was on my spiritual little journey there, when I hit rock bottom and I walked, and there's a moment where I was sitting on a hill, and I was talking out loud to myself, because at that point I was like, a lot of people would consider me crazy. I considered me crazy at that point. I was talking out loud to myself, and a few birds came down, and they landed quite near me, and they just looked at me while I was talking. And then in that moment, in my head, it's like, what if these birds could just represent a human form, but on a different timeline, like from the past or maybe in the future? And like, what am I to these birds? Are these, if on that timeline? It's trippy shit, man. What's time travel? What is it? Is it physically going back into the past or the future? Or is it, say, you're in the present moment and you're thinking about something, and you have a certain question on your mind that's been plaguing you. It's the only thing you've been thinking about for the last few days. Maybe you go to a library and just pick out some random book. And in that book, there's a topic relating to what you were thinking of, which somewhat puts you at ease. Now, since that book is written in a whatever before time, by whatever before author, is that you in the present taking from the past to help you progress to the future? Is that time travel? What are all these TikToks, man? It's fucking insane. Religion is bullshit. I'm sure a lot of us can agree on that. I label as Christian, and I think religion is bullshit because it's open to interpretation. The books are, at least. And that's why it's dangerous. And no doubt, it helps a lot of people, sure. It makes them a better people. But at the same time, it helps a lot of people have excuses to just fuck up and, take advantage and just be really, not godlike at all, or not religious what they're preaching. This is the thing, though. This is the thing. Religions are bullshit, yes. And Jesus, maybe he didn't exist, maybe he did. Maybe Jesus wasn't his name. He went under a different name. Maybe they changed it. Whatever. We do know Buddha existed, right? I mean, that's... Or did he? But we have Dalai Lama. We have present day gurus or whatever, and I don't really... How many of them are actually true? You know, that's up to debate. But we have these people, so, and we have these new sciences and whatever that are showing this other side of life, this spiritual or whatever you want to call it. Or how about a soul weighing an ounce, 28 grams, or you weighing a body right after or as it's dying? I don't know, like. So it's not bullshit. There is this different side of life that we can explore together, and it's truly the only place I think that we could understand each other, not in terms of oh, this is your religion and this is mine, not in terms of that at all, but understanding that, hey, if you're on that level, you'll understand that there's a bigger problem here, and it's just fear. And fear, like an infection, is just spreading throughout everything, and it's festering, and it's making people sick. And the only answer, as you know, pathetic or whatever as you want to call it sounds, is love. As cliche as it sounds, it's love. And gotta cure it, and we gotta stop fighting each other over this silly things that are taking away our freedoms. Like, we as people, we have a right to be free, and through that freedom there is consequence, but we are free to choose to make and to take that consequence as ours. So even though I am very all peace and love, I am actually not for the PC movement and all that, the extreme side, the SJWs, Antifa. I don't like that at all. Because I believe even if these people were Nazis or whatever on the far right, I believe that if two people stood on equal ground, on equal platforms, the person whose cause is just and their heart is true, and the side is right, if they're the right person representing it, if that's their actual cause, people will make the right decision. And some won't, of course. You know, I'm not saying everybody will, but decisions will be made. And that doesn't mean you stop people from talking or expressing that freedom. It doesn't mean you try to take away anything. And we're fighting all these silly battles on this earthly plane, in this country that we have all these freedoms in, while the world around us burns. And a lot of people don't see it. And even us who claim to be awakened, even us admins of the Singularity Project, including myself, we're guilty as well of getting angry, and spend so much time trying to awaken. Sometimes you get aggressive in your opinion, and that's the exact wrong thing to do. Because as soon as you go on the attack, people are going to go on the defensive, and it's not about clashing with each other, it's about moving around. And only by connecting through this spiritual, mysterious side together, this ether, this singularity, only by connecting through this can we truly understand each other and this problem, this infection. Only together can we cure it. And you see, it has to be on this other level, because while we're on this earthly level with these fake little battles and these pointless things we're doing, while we're here, we're always going to be on the defensive, because it really is all about our pride and our egos and what we've built up this whole time. And as far as breaking ourselves down, as far as removing this idea or this experiences that we've had, this perceptions of ourselves, it's not as much as we're taking it away. We're just building onto it by understanding others. You shouldn't be scared to be who you are and to believe who you want to believe, or what you want to believe, because that's what freedom is. And we all have these words and these definitions and these things that we've built, but they're really mostly just boiled down to the same thing, like feelings as well. Because we have this spectrum of feelings with all these different words of feelings, but really they really break it down into two. Does the feeling make you feel sad, or does the feeling make you feel happy? Right? Just two. That's all it takes. We don't need the spectrum. So once you break it down to that, you can start avoiding these situations that cause you these spectrum of feelings. Because it's just either it's a situation that makes you sad or a situation that makes you happy. We're revolving around ourselves, and history and everything is if we have history, it's going to show some fucked up shit at this point in time. If we don't cure this infection that is fear and come together as a people, the history books are going to explain how, we gave up our freedoms and we were the cause of our own oppression, our true oppression, when martial law hits, because we're too busy fighting over other stupid shit. You guys want to take a second here? Sorry. Fear, man. It comes in so many forms, and that's what I break my two feelings down. We get back to the two feelings and the words, and each word that we have these definitions for cause these feelings, right? I call my feelings fear, and love. Am I fearful of this, or does it make me happy? And a lot of times I choose fear. Like, I am guilty so much. Like, I have lots of anxiety socially, even right now, live. It's hard, it's different. But that's me taking steps, and that's what we have to do, is conquer these fears. Because it all comes down into it, getting to this place where we can all connect with each other. First, it starts from within, for sure. And it does come down to being truly who you are and happy with who you are. But it also comes down to being in a place where you can respect other people's. Because if you're truly happy with who you are, those things will come naturally. You won't have these tendencies to be jealous or to get angry, and and it's a really hard place to get in. And a lot of us, including myself, we gotta admit, it's we're not happy because we're in this system of earthly fears and battles and worries, and which has all been designed to just keep us sad. And we have fake little battles where it's about, it's all been designed by the white man for white power, or for white privilege or oppression against women. And you understand, it may be designed by white men, there may be in control, but it's designed to keep everyone down, to keep you in a realm where you can't reach out to your fellow brother and sister, to a realm where you can't truly understand and connect and unite to this other place, this singularity, the ether. And that's why you are on this page right now, listening to this. Because this time and these moments, man, these lines coming down from the universe, they all connect to us, and they're crisscrossing all the time. And each time we're in a moment together, that's us learning and connecting and crossing. And have you ever ran into an old friend in a place you would never expect to see them? That's because they're meant to be there. And it's not, I don't think it's some singular being. No, the singularity is a source of consciousness, is this form, this mass of energy that we're all connected to and that we're all part of, that a lot of people call God. And a lot of people have different names for it. The spiritual side. And that's the thing. So as soon as we say a different word for it, each person has their own definition of that word already, so they're turned off, right? But it does exist, this place, this singularity, this ether, this place where we unite as one. And it's a difficult road to get to because it's a path of self-love and happiness. And we're in a system that's designed to keep us away from that happiness and self-love. So we can trudge through our daily lives and we can go to work every day and we can play whatever fucking game we play. And the trick is just to find those moments in between that shit. Those moments that can make you happy, because those are your little checkpoints, your little save points. You can go there, rest up. And the more you self-love and the more you understand yourself and seek within yourself, the more things that you'll find to make you happy, to give you more checkpoints along this fucked up little road that we call life. And it is difficult. No one ever said it is easy, because when you're searching within yourself, you're also looking back at a lot of past things that you've done, a lot of those regrets, those dark places, the dark passengers. You have to face those and move past them and find those experiences within those dark moments that you can learn from. And as you're traveling and as you're moving and as you're going back further and further and conquering these past regrets, you're going to find more and more things that you've forgotten, that the system has made you forget. You're like, oh shit, I forgot. I love to draw. I forgot. Why don't I draw? Let's draw. I love to bike. Let's bike. And what is it that you love to do? What is it that was your dream? What was your wings before they were clipped? What wanted to make you fly? Because it's never too late. Mine was this. This was what I've always wanted to do. My dream was to be some sort of spiritual guru when I was a kid, and I lost that. And through my life, I lost that, and I went through, all these dark experiences and these choices, and now I've come to this place because I've faced those, and I'm like, no matter what in life, I've ended up here anyways because I remembered. And it wouldn't have mattered if I didn't even do this till 10 years later, because it would have been that moment anyways. Hey, I remember. It's fine, I can do it now. And what is that? I don't want, I don't have financial ambitions. But what are your dreams? What were the things you wanted to do? And has anything that you've done that you regret somehow affected you doing those things, not doing those things anymore? Because those are the battles that we have to face first. Because once we face those battles and we understand that pain, because we understand that situations may differ in life, situations that cause those feelings, but the feelings are universal. You may have led a different life than me, but you know sadness. I know sadness. You know pain? I know pain. You know love? Yeah, I know love. So let's use that to connect together. Because once you understand that place within yourself of self-love, you understand and you can connect with other people, because you can see it in other people, and you say, hey, I'm here with you, reaching out, take my hand, let's love together. Let's go through this journey together. And that's what the point of this video, and that's what the point of my YouTube videos are, is because this is me in my journey. In no way am I what I want to be. I'm a very flawed person. I curse a lot, if you can tell by watching this video with me. I smoke, and I do a lot of things, right? And this is me trying to grow and hoping that someone watching might be able to grow with me. And that's the point, is just do what you need to do, because you have to help yourself first. Once you help yourself, you can see all these hands reaching out, and you can take them, and there's so much love around you. And I understand that sometimes you feel alone. It gets lonely, but it's truly, there's always somebody. There's always, look at us right now, in this moment together, right? Not alone. And through this, we can just love. Okay. 1 second. Name of the channel is under the Worldwide Resistance Network. TWWRN. It's just TWRN, and under front runners, it's drummer. And hold on a second, I'll get the link. Anyways, we have to understand these things together. This journey of self-love and these pains and this system that's designed for keeping us not happy. And that's the only step, and that's the battle. That's the only step, because that's the biggest battle. That's the only battle, and that's the only battle that matters. None of this shit around that's, it's all the white person's fault, or the system is. You have to understand the system is maybe ran by white people, yes, but it's designed to keep everyone down. And we have these systems in these schools, and we have puberty blockers in safe schools, these options, and we have all these things happening around, and it's almost like they're trying to decrease our generation or decrease the population by promoting some agenda that maybe decrease birth. And there's these things happening around that we don't see because we're battling over all these stupid things, like, you know, third wave feminism in the West, you know, not fighting for whatever reasons, not fighting for the East people. It's just so ridiculous, the amount of shit we're fighting for, when it's all just one source. It's fear. And we should all be fighting against fear and nothing else. And we should be seeking out these fearful things and not responding with fear, but responding with love. And it's so difficult to do that because throughout our lives we've experienced all these things, and we experience fear every day. I'm experiencing fear right now talking. And we have to understand and recognize all this fear we see within ourselves. I could be, as a person I want to be, as a person who I want to be, I can be walking and I can still judge. I'll still find myself judging people based on, you know, appearance sometimes. And the only difference is I catch myself after. I say, hey, what are you doing, man? You know, we're not perfect people. But we're not going to solve this problem by fighting these wrong battles. We got to fight the battles within ourselves and fight the battle of fear. And the battle of fear is the same thing as the battle within ourselves. And then we connect. And that's the only solution. And as cliche as it sounds, it's love. Because that's the only battle to fight, is fear. And we have to stop worrying about these definitions of words that we have, because we hear a word and we get an interpretation, a definition in our head, and we gotta stop that because we stop listening. So we gotta understand that as each person has experienced their own life, and as each person experienced their own perceptions and have built these things within themselves, they have words. And you have to understand that even though their words may clash with yours, your understanding of concepts are most likely the same if you reach past that point of talking and understand with each other. You know, if you listen, if you get past that oh my God, this person, I have to defend what I've built. Because we build all our lives, we build these things up. It's the simple truth. We experience, and that experience has built these views that we have on the world. And when someone comes at us with something that doesn't sound like our view, of course we go on the natural defensive, because we've built this up. This is us. This is who we are. But it's not who we are. We're this separate, totally different person that so complex that we ourselves don't even understand. So yes, it's scary to break past your own perceptions and your own words that you have to let a person talk, because you're gonna feel like nothing. Don't change anything. I'm good with what I think. Don't change anything. It's just not about. Don't be fearful of that person changing anything, because if you're truly happy with what you believe, you don't have to worry about anyone changing anything. And you can listen to somebody, and you can hear their words. And yes, it is scary to break past that wall of yourself, to break it down. My world got flipped right upside down when I went on my awakening like 3-4 years ago. It got flipped right upside down. It's scary. And in many ways I'm the same person, but I just have a much different view of things, including this ability to converse and to share. And even though I do have a religion, even though religions are bullshit, I do have one. I'm not a proper one, but you don't know what it is, right? Because that's not the point. The point is there's a bigger problem here. This battle that we have within ourselves. There's a bigger fucking problem here. This fear that infects everything and just festers. And it grows and it ripens. And we poke it and we prod it and we add to it with our own bullshit. It's a crazy fucking thing because we don't realize it. We gotta step back and look and say, hey, oh shit, I have this wound on me. This is my flaw. And I have caused these issues. And there's no more running from my problems. There's no more running from this wound because I have caused these problems. Now it is time to face them. It is time to travel back to your past. It is time to time travel. To go back and experience those things you've done. And not run, but learn. And see more. And be able to remember more. Because you're too busy remembering regrets. So once you get those out of the way, there's so much more to remember. There's so much more things that can make you happy. And then you can seize them. And you can move on. You can move forward. And it really is a beautiful fucking thing. And it's a tough battle. There was never a happier moment in my lifespan. And that's a fucked up thing to say because I have a son I don't see. But, and it's a whole different regret that we're not going to get into right now. Because it doesn't matter with you. That's not the point. The happiest moments was when I was walking on that spiritual journey because I hit rock bottom. And I went through those regrets and I figured, what have I always wanted to do? I've always wanted to write. I've always wanted to just travel. And I've always wanted to be some sort of spiritual. I've always wanted to seek spirituality. Ever since I was a kid, that's a weird dream, right? But that was it. And I had those three things. And in that moment where I had nothing, I had the perfect chance to do those three things. So that's what I did. And that made me happy. And that connection that I felt with this love, with this spiritual side, was the strongest that it's ever been. Stronger than it is now. Much stronger. Very weak compared to what it is now. I have many flaws still, but that was... I've experienced this, so I know it's true. I felt it. I know it's real. And you can call it whatever you want to call it, but there is this side of life that we can explore. Forget about the ocean. Forget about the universe. There's a place that exists everywhere around you, inside you. Because whether you like it or not, the truth is that we create this reality that we're in, that we see, that we feel, that we touch. We create the people that we have around us. They create us. Our manifestations meld us together. Every person you randomly bump into, walking, and you have the ability to create heaven on earth. Also hell. You have the ability to be happy, to choose. You have the freedom. That is the greatest gift that has been given to us. The freedom to choose. Free will. And all these little battles and things that are happening, they're leading to a place where that free will is going to be it's going to lead to a bad place. If this infection, this wound on our arm or our body continues to grow, it's going to lead to a bad place. We're going to be our own oppressors. And all of a sudden, all these fake battles that we're fighting, they're going to become real things. Not real things, but they're going to become... We're going to be not united in a time where we need to be united. We're going to be divided. if we don't get past this thing that's happening, whatever you want to call it, in this world, in this earthly place. And it's sad, it's painful. Even me, there's so much things that I need to do, I wish I could do, I want to do, and still I don't. You know, it's always a constant battle, and we all have it. But at the same time, we have to understand that, yes, each person has those battles. We all know these pains. The situations, yeah, they may change. Everything, the pain, the love, we feel that together. It's not about what we think we know, what we think we've built ourselves up. It's not about our ideas or our personal beliefs. It's about the knowing that something else is happening, and knowing that the only battle is fear, and knowing that the only answer is love, and the only thing we can do is come together. Singularity in this ether, in this realm of love. The only answer, the only thing we can do is just be together. Do we know everything's planned? Do we know that the Bible's a blueprint? Do we know these things? It doesn't matter. Is there a system in place that helps the white man? It doesn't matter. Is there... Because there's not. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there's a bigger fucking problem. And I'm going to keep repeating that this whole fucking stream because we got to get that through our heads. That there's a bigger fucking problem here. That while we're busy focused on all these little things, the world around us is burning, things are being set up into place, which is going to allow more things to happen, which is just going to, we are allowing this with our silence, with our blindness. And whatever is going to happen in the future, know that we have allowed that to happen. Because we're too busy fighting in what we believe in, or we fighting in these ideas that we have. We can have different beliefs and ideas and still talk as a person. We can still share time, moments together. We can experience and we can learn from each other. Because those things, they don't really matter. Because those are our own individual, personal beliefs. Gotta stop separating personal beliefs with the bigger problem. Right? We have our personal beliefs. Yeah, keep them personal and move on to the bigger problem. Why does that shit matter? Why does it matter? It's because fucking words are rapists, man. They really are. Because I'm sorry to take that term, because it's like, well, shit, man. We have these definitions, and we latch on to whatever group has the same definitions or uses the words. That's just how it is. We group. Humans are a natural grouping species. We want to live together. We want to live together. We're gonna eventually start thinking of love and drones, whatever. Right? No, there's always going to be freedom, and we can't let that freedom get taken away from us. Freedom and consequence. We have the freedom to choose, the freedom to live, the freedom to love together. And there is a system in place, and that system keeps us all down. It keeps us in a place where we just have to keep grinding away at this fucking wheel. Just keep grinding away. Gotta find those happy moments, man. I'm not saying, oh yeah, money's not the answer. Yes, you have to have money to live in the social world that we're living in, and to live in the system. Yes, you have to do these things if you want to survive. There might be other ways. There might be, find your way to do things. But for now, yes, you have to do this and this and this, but that doesn't mean you can't be happy. You can just fucking spit in the face of the fucking real oppressors simply by fucking being happy. And connecting with each other, self-love, and through that self-love, connecting with each other. Just by that act alone, you can spit in the face of the real oppressors. Now, how fucking powerful is that? Look at all the power you hold just by a fucking feeling. Just by not giving a fuck about that shit. That's real power. Let me tell you. This is a crazy world, man. It's a crazy life. We all have crazy stories, crazy experiences. We all have these things, man. Yes, yes, yes. But all it breaks down to is that we've all felt pain and we all feel love. Do you want your brother or sister, your fellow human being, do you want them to feel pain? Or do you want them to feel love? You yourself in this world, do you want to fucking grind away and do you want to be unhappy while you fucking go from your 9 to 5 fucking job doing shit, running in between? Do you want to be unhappy? Make the choice. Make the choice to go back into yourself and to find who you are. And to find those things that make you happy. Make that choice, no matter how fucking stupid they are. Doesn't matter. If they're stupid, just keep them to yourself. Whatever, if you're worried about that sort of thing. Right? Find those moments of happiness. And seize them in whatever way, in whatever time you can, because that's the real battle. Don't be unhappy. And yes, I'm talking to myself right now as well. Let's not be unhappy anymore. And yes, I'm not saying boom, right away, flick off the switch, stop being depressed. No. Let's fucking take small, little steps together and find these little moments in life that can make us better and make us happy. Let's take small steps. And even if it's one day out of a week that you're happy, that you're truly happy, hey, guess what? That's not 7 days out of 7 unhappy. And maybe next week, it will be 2 days. Maybe if you keep at it, it'll be 3 days. Maybe eventually, we'll be happy all fucking week. And we'll be smiling at our works, and we'll be smiling at those who say offensive things. Because it wouldn't matter at that point. That's what we have to understand, that if you're happy, those things don't matter. Sorry, checking the time. We're all in this together. We really are. It doesn't matter what we've experienced, really. Like, it does. It matters to us, right? Because it's built us up. Those things we've built up, it's time to make room for more. Because yes, there is something else. There is another way. And it's a hard thing to do, a hard battle, every day. You slip, I slip. Hard battle, but that's what it is. Love. The only battle to fear is fear. The only battle is fear, and the only answer is love. And that's as cliche as whatever it is. That's just my words to use. 2 feelings, 2 words. Guys, it's been almost an hour. I could talk all night, but I gotta consider YouTube times. So thank you so much for joining me, those who have. If you want, show it your name in the comments, and let me thank you. Let's connect. Where is that ashtray? No connecting? Alright, that's fine. We've already connected anyways, so that's fine. Thank you so much for joining with me, and guys, make the choice. Let's be happy.